Hey guys, welcome back to our channel again. So today we're going to be talking about capo, but specifically how do you retain that balanced treble and bassy tone while using the capo. So for reference, this is I'm just going to play in the key of G, something simple, okay, without capo. This is how it sounds like as a control. Okay, so now if let's say I put the capo, let's say at the 3rd fret. Okay, by the way, this is the G7 capo, yeah. Okay. Alright, so if I play exactly the same as what I did earlier, just moved it higher up, right? This is what it's gonna sound like. Okay, now do you notice that because everything is shifted up, the overall sound tends to be a little bit more trebly, or rather there is a lesser bass, which means there is lesser support from your guitar, right? Because if I'm strumming the same, you realize that it becomes more accentuated. Okay, how about this? So this is the 3rd sample, yeah. So how many of you can tell the difference? It's not obvious, right? Because I'm playing the same key, I'm playing the similar rhythm. But what I did here is I did what we call compensating. I did a Capo compensation, which means that instead of strumming as usual, which is around the, you're typically strumming around the 3rd and 4th string, right? Mainly focusing on that, I pushed it more bassier. So which means instead of landing here, I land more up here. So instead of, I did more. Now is it more obvious? So what this does is it kind of restores the bass frequency of the guitar, because when you go up, basically these bass notes are gone. So if you were to strum normally, right, the treble will get treblier, while the bass will get less bassy, which shifts the guitar. And the problem only gets worse. So let's say I put the capo on the 5th fret, I mean why, but let's just say, okay, the problem will get worse, a lot worse. So here these are. You hear that? Yeah. So if I compensate, I really have to compensate a lot. So it sounds like. Yeah, right? So does this mean I do not strum the 1st and 2nd string? No, I'm still strumming it. Just that I am focusing more on the bassier strings, the thicker strings. Okay, so there's a difference. It's not I'm completely avoiding, no, it's just I focus more. So the chances of it striking the bottom string, the treble strings, are less frequent. So you don't hear them as often, so it's not as shrill. So it depends, right? How much do you compensate? It depends. So if let's say you're playing around the 1st or the 2nd fret, you can, just a little bit will do. But if let's say, as I mentioned, if let's say you put on the 5th, or God forbid at the 6th, then you really got to compensate a lot more bassier. So by doing that, you get to maintain your overall balance of the sound, and that's how you can attach a capo and still sound good. Alright, if not, that's all for today, and I will see you guys.